Assassin's Creed Shadows has become one of the most controversial games in 2024, but it's also one of the game industry's biggest new releases. The series is finally taking place in feudal Japan, but Ubisoft's choice of main characters has caused a rift between fans of the series. We are going to dive into 4K 60 gameplay of Ubisoft's latest creation and find out why you should be hyped about Assassin's Creed Shadows and not angry. Personally, I like the old Assassin's Creed games, and I like most of the new Assassin's Creed games, and Shadows is one that I'm personally really excited about this year. Assassin's Creed Shadows could be one of the most immersive, spectacular looking, and biggest open world samurai game. It may be one of 2024's biggest games and one of the most long-awaited set pieces for the Assassin's Creed series. Many improvements, and one of Ubisoft's best and most beloved Assassin's Creed teams is taking on Shadows, and many fans may find out if they choose to skip this iteration, they may be missing out on a new classic Assassin's Creed game. Let's get the controversy out of the way first so we can talk about the game. The choice of protagonist has marred the reception of Assassin's Creed Shadows. Ubisoft's choice as Yasuke as a samurai is questionable as factual or fictional history, but if Yasuke becomes a samurai early in the story, then all of this may be null and void. Naoe being chosen as a female shinobi instead of the traditional male Japanese character has bothered or deterred some fans, but there are female characters supported in historical records, even down to the magic apple that paralyzes enemies. If we can look past this choice and dive into what Assassin's Creed Shadows offers. The world of feudal Japan in Shadows is absolutely breathtaking and shows the attention to detail and fully realized scope of the Japanese landscape with wildlife, flora, and changing seasons that will take you through the story. Fans of Sucker Punch's Ghost of Tsushima will find themselves right at home with a vast open world, climbable fortresses and villages, and riding horseback into a beautiful agricultural rice field or right into an enemy encampment. Fans of the recent Assassin's Creed games understand the RPG-like open world on offer, and if you've played Origins, Odyssey, or Valhalla on the current console or PC, you know how amazing this game will look and feel at 60 FPS. So far, all of the materials that Ubisoft have shown is the game running at 30 FPS. Here you'll see an interpolation of the game, what it will look like at 60. With the dual protagonist, the team is set out to create wildly different playstyles so that if you make a choice to play as the shinobi or the samurai, you'll get a totally different playstyle. Naoe is new to war and violence as she has been protected from her family and is just first venturing out into conflict to find a landscape wrought with survival and justice. They set Naoe to be the best assassin ever in the series, very fast, efficient, fluid, and more acrobatic than ever before. She has interconnecting parkour movements like a Tenchu ninja, and unlike Yasuke, she can go prone or squeeze under tight spaces and even make the assassin's leap of faith with ease.
That hurts.
For the first time ever, Ubisoft is using a light and dark system for stealth, meaning that you'll actually have to stick to shadows and dark corners to keep other enemies from detecting you and using these angles to strike. Yasuke is a brute tank, and he has the posture fighting style with katana or heavy weapons, much like other recent games in the samurai genre. Yasuke is a tank brute, a strong, heroic warrior, and a totally different playstyle as Naoe, and the brutal camera-shaking takedowns and hulking ornate armor. Most likely people will choose Naoe as she is the pinnacle Assassin's Creed stealth-type character. The variety of people playing as Yasuke for brute force and face-to-face duels with katanas and kanabos. This is a welcome gameplay addition to the series, which gives you two totally different characters to play as. Each character has a different skill tree and can master different weapons, each with their own strengths and weaknesses. Some enemies might be more difficult to dispatch as Yasuke, and you'll need better speed and verticality. So you'll need strength and armor to withstand heavy attacks from bigger enemies. Here you can use the playstyle of Yasuke. They'll want you to use trial and error to adapt your playstyle to fit the situation. Each character has their own health bars and own gear set, so it truly feels like you're playing two different characters. Yasuke has power moves and a meter of timed attacks that can build up over time to get into a slow motion, ancient Japanese ink style art splash brutal takedown with contextual weapon animations. Naoe can use verticality to get up and around and in the darkness and under buildings and different crawl spaces to get an advantage with the enemy. She also has a long-range weapon. Her Kusarigama can strip down bamboo stalks and take out enemies at range. She can also use this to double as a grappling hook to get around and to swing into stealth situations. We don't know the specifics of switching between the two characters, but I would assume that if you choose to play the majority of the game as one character, you will probably be set to play as certain characters for specific missions or campaign story beats in the game to flesh out their story. The Assassin's Creed games and the power of their characters should come first when it comes to storytelling. And fans of the series of Assassin's Creed Mirage being a smaller title, or Assassin's Creed Valhalla being far too bloated and over-open for people to enjoy. Typically, the Assassin's Creed games have all reviewed to be great titles, and some may feel like the series is tired and derivative, but it is one of the biggest gaming franchises in history. And having Assassin's Creed set in feudal Japan really brings a lot to offer for fans of the genre of Japanese samurai or shinobi and ninjas, all packaged into what fans love about Assassin's Creed. This is Colteastwood. Thank you so much for checking out this video. Yes, I'm well aware of the controversy. I'm sure it's flooding in the comments. I understand why people have been driven away from the series due to that controversy or them being tired of the series or the changes that they've made. But me personally, I like the newer iteration of the games. And Assassin's Creed Shadows is one of those games I'm the most excited about to play this year among many great games that are coming. And I can't wait to see what it feels like. What we're diving into today in this video was showing you what you could be excited about. Maybe if you're on the fence about Assassin's Creed Shadows. And maybe it'll get an 82 score, or maybe it'll get an 80, or maybe it won't do well at all. But I think that people who are waiting for feudal Japan, they wanted them to do everything right. And I'm not quite sure if they are, but I'm excited from what I have seen this far. And I'm still excited to try and play the game. If you ended up enjoying this video, and you can let me know by liking or subscribing to the channel, or you can hit the bell to be notified of new weekly content. If you want to further support the work we do here on the Colteastwood channel, you can do that by hitting the join button below, or you can join the Patreon. Either of those will get you early access for videos. I created this video in the middle of the day, and people got to see it by the end of the day before it went up. So also, you can check out the Ecstasy podcast there. Middle-aged game guy and I will be bringing on guests, talking about the news, talking about the new hardware, studios, and games in the works, and talking about industry inside information as it rolls in. You can check out that show at 5 p.m. Pacific, 8 p.m. Eastern every Monday, and it's on demand anytime for those that want to check it out whenever they like. So I want to know what you think about Assassin's Creed Shadows. I mean, that's the comment I need to see. I need to be able to read in the comment that I am excited about Assassin's Creed Shadows, or I am avoiding it at all costs. I expect this to be pretty dicey in the comment section, so while you're there, please be nice.